Hello everyone and welcome back to the World Chess Championship match. We have a game 2 here between the champion Liren and the challenger Gukesh Domaraju. In the previous game, in game 1, Ding achieved a brilliant victory with the black pieces, and now Gukesh has a chance to do, well, pretty much just that. And in the previous video, I drew a parallel between the World Chess Championship match between Fischer and Spassky, and I mentioned that up until the World Chess Championship match, Fischer has never defeated Spassky, and I think Fischer was down 3 or 4. He lost 3 games in classical before finally beating Spassky in the World Chess Championship match with the black pieces. And it's similar here. Gukesh now also he lost two classical games prior to the World Chess Championship match. Now he also lost game 1 of the World Chess Championship match. He's down 3 classical games, still has never defeated the Ding, and now he gets a chance to do that with the black pieces. Yeah, let's check it out. Ding with white opens with pawn to e4, and I was very happy when I saw this. I was like, yes, Gukesh opened with e4, Ding opened with e4. No one will be happier than me if every game in this World Chess Championship match will be an e4 game. And also, I could show you a couple of nice photos because okay, there aren't really all that many. They haven't uploaded them yet, but for example here you have this very nice photo of the opening phase. You can see that Ding is trying desperately to establish eye contact, but Gukesh is not interested. And also a similar one here. I thought you guys might find this interesting. Again, Ding is really trying to make that eye contact happen, but Gukesh not making it easy for Ding. So we'll see what happens. A lot of eye contact attempting action by Ding. I'll keep you guys informed definitely. So let's check it out. The Ding opens with pawn to e4. We have pawn to e5 by Gukesh. Okay, in the previous game, Gukesh went d4, Ding's fought back with the French defense. Gukesh says, I'm going to keep it symmetrical. Pawn to e5. We have knight f3, knight to c6, and bishop to c4. The Italian game is on the board. We have bishop to c5, and yes, I know what you guys are thinking about. Is this the moment? Is this where it actually happens? Ding won game 1 with black, and now he has a chance to really put his foot down and go for the ultimate move here. Unfortunately, we still have to wait for that to happen, especially in a World Chess Championship match. But there are World Chess Championship matches where it was played. Here, pawn to d3, going into the Giuoco Pianissimo variation. We have knight to f6, knight to c3, and pawn to a6. The 4 knights of the Italian, and it's interesting that this game, or rather this position, was reached before, because a6 is not really the most popular move here. Much more popular is something like d6, h6, castles, but there is a game where Viswanathan Anand defeated Vladimir Kramnik, and Anand defeated him with pawn to a6. And okay, we could say that Anand has had a profound influence on young Gukesh throughout his life, so maybe he's choosing these lines where, he can honor his tutor, teacher, master, however you want to call it, by playing lines in which he has defeated great players. And it wasn't so that long ago. It was also in classical in Tata Steel 2019. So this is what Gukesh goes for. We have pawn to a4, stopping pawn to b5, also preparing a5 in some lines. d6 by Gukesh, castles, and now pawn to h6. We have bishop to e3, offering a trade of dark square bishops, and bishop to e6. And again, position has been reached before. For example, Pragnananda played bishop captures on e6 against Anish Giri, and that game ended in a draw. And also Nodirbek Abdusattorov defeated Fabiano Caruana with bishop captures on c5. But that was a blitz game, and maybe not something you want to play, in a World Chess Championship match. So pawn to a5, which could be interesting later on. Maybe it will be a weakness, maybe it will be a strength if we can move the knight, maybe play some c3, b4 action. We'll see. But so far, Ding just blitzing it out, 57 minutes on the clock. Gukesh down to 49. Not serious, but, definitely saying something about the game. And Gukesh decides for bishop captures on c4, which is by far the engine's top recommendation. D captures on c4 and castles kingside. And you can see an hour and 37 minutes for Gukesh and an hour and 57 minutes for Ding. Bishop captures on c5. Again, just blitzed out. D captures on c5 and pawn to b3 now. We have queen captures on d1. Rook f captures on d1, and now rook a to d8. We have rook d to c1. For the moment, Ding avoiding the trades. Maybe you can get something more with the white piece, because if we just trade everything too early, it's just going to be an early draw. And, well, not something you want to look for with the white piece. Even though you're up a point in a match, early draws with white will, you will anger the chess gods. We have knight to d4 by Gukesh, an excellent square for the knight. Of course, you never want to capture. That allows the undoubling of the pawns and, improving of the structure. Knight to e1, just defending on c2 and preparing pawn to f3. Rook to d6, Gukesh prepares to double up on the d file, and king to f1. We have pawn to g6, and now rook to d1. Rook f to d8, we have pawn to f3, just strengthening on e4, and king to g7. So not much to be said about this position, as it is fairly dry. We have king to f2, improving the position of the king, and now pawn to h5. This pawn to h5 move is really the beginning of the end, as we have an offer of a trade, knight to e2, and Gukesh just goes back, knight to c6. We have knight to c3, again offering a trade, but on d1. And while you could go for, let's say, rook captures, you have to capture with the knight. This rook is, for the moment, stuck here guarding the a5 pawn, otherwise the knight would just gobble it up. And we could go into this. It's a pretty fine line. For example, pawn to h4, king e3, and now knight captures on a5, as the knight on e1 would also be undefended. But you can play it because you will also win back the pawn. Like rook captures, you can attack the rook, and now either the rook moves and you capture on c5, or you defend on c5, which is definitely better. And after pawn captures, you will go rook to b1, and it's a pretty funny position. If rook a7, you can just defend the pawn with knight to e7. It's a as we like to call it, a 0.00 position, regardless of what you play. And okay, maybe not something you wanna push for. So knight to d4, Gukesh just repeats. We have knight to e2. Ding also repeats, knight back to c6, knight to c3, and knight to d4. And he was in this position on move 23 that Ding Liren and Gukesh Domaraju agreed to a draw, or rather it is a draw by threefold repetition, as there really is nothing more to be done here. So yeah, maybe not the most exciting game, but Ding definitely putting his foot down and saying, okay, I defeated you with the black pieces, you really haven't shown me anything with black. So it's hard to say what Gukesh's strategy will be here, whether he will just, try to be solid with black, not, try to rush too eagerly forward and then look for his chances with the white pieces, because that's, well, where the biggest chances lie, or will he, well, maybe, okay, if the match progresses and Ding will be leading going into maybe games 8, 9, 10, maybe he will try to go more aggressive with the black pieces, but for the moment, this is what we have. But I like Gukesh's style, it's not like when Nepo played the Magnus, Magnus crushed him in that game 6, and then Nepo just fell apart and then just, started losing games left and right, and then couldn't even finish the World Championship. Gukesh showing remarkable restraint, at the young age of 18. So, I like it for the moment. We'll be looking for more action coming in round 3. And like I said in the previous videos, the World Chess Championship series on this channel is sponsored by the Internet Chess Club, and they've published an interesting video series on Gukesh. So if you guys would like to check that out, I will put some links in the description below. So have at it. As this finished fairly quickly, might be a nice addition to brush up on young Gukesh here. So yeah, and also let's check it out. Let's check out the Meadow bot again. Sorry, I'm so focused on Meadow. I don't know what to call it, but I just like the addition of Meadow. There's so much. I've seen some of you enjoyed it as well, and do mention also in the comments, have you tried playing against Meadow? We're still agreeing on how they're gonna program Meadow, because I don't want it to be like a 3000 rated bot. I want it to be like a 400 rated bot. So I'm trying to make him, you know, be like a dog. You know, sometimes he's like really strong, sometimes he's, you know, weak. We're still working on it, but also I'm taking suggestions up for that as well. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed it. I would like to thank Vivek Pal, James Butler, Dan McCormick, Chris Johnston, and David Gasparian for your contribution to my channel. Thank you a lot, I really appreciate it. As usual, you can check 2 of my previous videos here. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon, continuing to check up on your wonderful suggestions and whatever else happens in the chess world. Thank you all, I will see you soon, and have an excellent rest of your day. Links are in the description. See you soon.